Hello, and welcome to episode 22 of the Brave Metal Diary of Cleo Howard. Monday, 17th of November. It's a rubbish day for me today, but a great day for Ian. He's got a date. Well, he thinks it's a date. He's going to cinema on Friday to see Titanic with Natalie West. Today I can't stop thinking about what Nanny Howard said about the spiritualist. And I didn't understand any of maths. And I burnt my crispy pancakes. Also, do you think you can get pregnant by being fingered? Suppose that the fingerer has just had a wank, and then he hasn't washed his hands, and then his sperm's getting you? I'm sorry to be crude, dear diary, but this is an issue which I need to clarify. My period is late. I haven't actually done anything with Barry, but I did let his hand go pantwards. I think, dear diary, that I need to forewarn you now that there are likely to be a lot of adult situations coming up. I think you should steel yourself for some mega romps with some hot men. I listened to Slayer's Spill the Blood and also to Entombed's Blood Song in the hope that it will help my period start. Tuesday, 18th of November. I've got my period. I celebrated by bouncing up and down on my bed, having a mini mosh pit with Ozzy my teddy bear and also with Mr. Smurf. I was just doing some awesome windmill headbanging when Mum came in and asked what all the noise was. I told her that I'd found a £1 coin in my knicker drawer. She said it was nice to see me happy, and she gave me another £1. Wednesday, 19th of November. Here is a list of the good things about being fingered. It's practice for actual sex. You might be able to use Tampax in future. After a while it feels nice. And it's also reassurance that you're normal up there. But would a man mention it if you weren't normal up there? And here is a list of the bad things about being fingered. It might lead somewhere else. You might get found out. And suppose your period starts at the exact same moment you're getting fingered. Miss Erickson surprised us all today by still being our supply teacher. Usually we get through one a week. She overheard Karina tell Janine that Peter Andre is hotter than the sun. And she asked Karina how hot the sun is, and she didn't know. I mean, Karina didn't know, not Miss Erickson. Miss Erickson would have been a pretty shit physics teacher if she didn't know this. Jenny asked, did Miss Erickson want the temperature of the sun's core or the sun's surface? Miss Erickson said either would do. Jenny was the only one who knew. I think it's because she watches the sky at night with her dad and Bruce. They watch it for fun, dear diary. I didn't buy Kerrang today. It's all about Metallica's Reload album. I think I've definitely grown out of Kerrang. I'm now a mature Terrorizer reader. It's still my habit to look at Kerrang in W.H. Smith though, but my desire for it is moribund. Thursday, 20th of November. The Queen and Prince Philip have been married for 50 years today. I wonder what their secret is. Maybe Prince Philip amuses the Queen by putting on her bra and pretending to be a lady. If I was royalty, I could probably get one of my servants to bring Barry to me in gold boxer shorts and to ask if he wants to be my boyfriend. We could probably have a freezer full of Viennetta in our bedroom. Ian asked me and Jenny loads of questions today about what he should do tomorrow when he sees Natalie. They're meeting outside the cinema. He wanted to know if he should pay for her and at what point should he try to snog her. Jenny said that Natalie suggested going to the cinema, so Ian's under no obligation to pay for her. But if he can afford to, then it's a nice thing to do. I said that he'll probably know when she wants a snog, because if she's brave enough to tell him she wants to go to the cinema, she'll probably be brave enough to say when she wants a snog. I saw Barry tonight and we went back to his house. His mum goes to bingo every Friday now. I told him I'd got my period, and so we mainly snogged. He put my hand on the outside of his trousers and I rubbed him. I thought about unzipping him. I told him I was a virgin and I was just about to tell him I was 15 when the doorbell rang. It was some Jehovah's Witnesses. It took absolutely ages for them to go. They were quite effective in preventing any sinning, but I'm sure this is coincidence and not divine intervention. If there is a God, I think he's probably got bigger things to do than worry about if I've snuck a look in Barry's pants. Barry and I snogged for ages at the Massive Hedge. I would love to be old enough to have my own house to live in and the freedom to do what I want. If Jenny or Ian was dating someone, then they would be allowed in their house and in their room. Mum gets stroppy about my friendship with Ian, so there's no way she'd understand about Barry. I wonder how Ian's date with Natalie's going. Saturday, 22nd of November. Michael Hutchence from In Excess has been found dead in a hotel room. I absolutely love the song Need You Tonight, and also the weird names he gave his kids. I feel so sorry for his kids right now. I don't mind being called Cleo, even though some people think it's a weird name. It's one thing which Dad gave me, which I'll always have. Mum wanted to call me something much more common and popular. I really miss Dad today. Ian said his date was okay-ish, but the film was truly rubbish, but Natalie thought it was wonderful. He said it was a romantic disaster. The film, not the date. He said that Natalie's quite dull when you actually talk to her for any length of time. She's not interested in music or computer games. So it looks like Natalie West is unlikely to be the woman who Ian favours with his first non-solo sperm loss mission. He said Natalie and Broudier is still in with a chance. Ella told Ian that he needs a much more mature woman for his first time. You didn't need to be Mystic Meg to see that she meant herself. Sunday, 23rd of November. Jenny told me last night that I'll always have half of Dad's genetic material. I started crying today because we've run out of golden syrup. I used to love sitting on the sofa with Dad, eating golden syrup on toast. In the winter, I'd bring my duvet down from upstairs and we'd snuggle under it watching the telly. Sundays are definitely the worst missing Dad days. I just about got used to him not living with us, and I looked forward to Sundays when I'd see him. It was just starting to feel normal. Mum had even started talking to him a little bit, and not being quite so arsey after seeing him. During the week, I can sort of forget he's dead. But on a Sunday, there's a massive dad-shaped gap that's always going to be there. Monday, 24th of November. In English today, Miss Wallace told me that there are two wolves fighting inside you. She said that one is evil and it's full of anger and lies and unhappiness, and one is good and it's full of joy and beauty and truth and loveliness. And the wolf that wins is the wolf that you feed. I don't think I need wolves inside me, but I'd be happy if Barry was. When I had a Twix in the evening, I hoped that the two wolves had half each. I don't really like to think of the bad wolf being hungry. How do you know which one you're feeding? Why is life so complicated? Tuesday, 25th of November. Last night I dreamt I was sat on the sofa with Dad watching telly. It was Ross Abbott's Madhouse. Should I go on the pill, dear diary? I know I haven't actually had sex yet, but it's bound to happen, isn't it? Also, if I go on the pill, it might make my boobs grow. I could tell Mum that I want the pill to make my periods better. I've been reading all about it in one of Mrs. Butler's magazines. I've left it open on that page downstairs to see if Mum reads it. Wednesday, 26th of November. It's Jenny's birthday on Friday, so me and Ian went shopping for presents for her. He bought her a book. It's called I Strad, The Memoirs of a Vampire by P.N. Alrod. I got her a sew-it-yourself furry back kit in Jackson's. Every time we go in there, she looks at it. I also got her some purple and black stripy tights from Heelys, because I know she's laddered hers. Kerrang this week is just full of Steve and Tyler being sleazy. So I wasn't going to buy it, but it's got next year's year planner in it, so I did buy it. Next year has got to be better than this year. Being 16 is going to be a huge relief. I feel like I'm an adult trapped in the age of a child. Thursday, 27th of November. I had quinoa at Jenny's, but you say it quinoa? How confusing is that? It sounds like a martial art or an exotic bird that David Attenborough might creep up on. It's a very, very fancy name for something which doesn't taste of much. We went up to her room after dinner and we listened to Jack Off Jill's Sexist Demons and Scars album while we wrote our gods lists. This is my international gods list. Pete Steele, Glenn Danzig, Christopher Lee, Rob Zombie, Max Cavalera, Rob Newman, Lars Fredriksson, Dave Mustaine, Dave Lister, and Elvira Mistress of the Dark. My Reading gods list is Barry and T-Reg. This is Jenny's international gods list. Pete Steele, Robert Smith, Trent Reznor, Marilyn Manson, Jessica from Jack Off Jill, Twiggy Ramirez, Johnny Depp, Kat from Babes in Toyland, who we don't know how to say her last name properly, Tommy Lee, and Kiefer Sutherland. Her Reading-based list is, somewhat predictably, Lex and Darren. Friday, 28th of November. When my underwear started commenting on the wildlife, I realised I had accidentally bought a David Attenborough. I wrote this joke myself, dear diary. If Ross Abbott was still on the telly, I'd send it to him as an idea for a sketch. Today is Jenny's 16th birthday, so Ian and I went round to her house for dinner. Her brother Bruce and his girlfriend Minty were also there. We had spinach and ricotta cannelloni, which is Jenny's current favourite, and we had lush chocolate fudge cake for pudding. Jenny is now old enough to buy cigarettes, get married, and have sex. She could go on the pill without her parents being told. She could leave school. Famous people who share Jenny's birthday are Martin Clunes from Men Behaving Badly, lovely Judd Nelson from The Breakfast Club, and Anna Nicole Smith, who's always in the Daily Mail because she once married a really old man, probably for money, but she said she loved him. Ian's dad Terry thinks it was probably for the money. Mum bought me a Barbie advent calendar. It's more pink than it is Christmassy. Saturday, 29th of November. We went to the Green Man to celebrate Jenny's birthday. Usually we just go to celebrate Saturday. Sunday, 30th of November. There are two things on my mind today, dear diary. Firstly, how do people know which sex noises to make when? And secondly, should I try Tampax?